Blackburn Rovers manager Matthew Hall has once again been caught up in a media storm, having reportedly fallen out with an unnamed player over contractual demands. No longer a stranger to controversy, this recent outburst once again brings Hall's conduct into question following his bizarre appearance on Radio 5 Live and his public comments about the club's board the other week. Some in the media are now speculating how long Rovers will put up with Hall's erratic behaviour. An exclusive story just in: a tramp has fallen out of a tree onto his pet hamster called Terence. We're bringing you footage live from the scene now. Hello folks, and welcome back to Return of the Rovers. Sorry for the tease in the last episode, but here they are. No. Sorry, forgot. Staff. Need staff first. So that's what we're going to do. Keen-eyed viewers will see assistant manager. Who's Samu? Samu is Paul Clement's replacement. No, I didn't sack him. I know I was threatening. I'm a nice person, really. No, he's now the manager of Ipswich. He's the traitor, not me. Just saying. 12... Bloody hell. He's getting paid more than me. Man alive. So he jumped on my coattails and then rode them off into the sunset. That's probably now a thing. And just to prove, if it will show, that I didn't... See, there is no mention of me sacking him. So it wasn't me. I'm in the clear. Let's have a look at his questionable signings. Yeah. Anyway, back to me, or us, Rovers. We are a collective. Shouldn't be so righteous. He's a very stern fellow. Look at that lovely jaw. More importantly, look at those lovely stats. He's had a varied career. In the lower leagues in Spain, I think it's fair to say. In fact, I think he's perhaps the only coach who has a lower reputation than me. Tremendous. We have sad news. The first of the champions of 95 have left. Contract was up, and so Tim Flowers has moved on to probably no one. David Coles comes in his place. Vastly superior and a very, very pleasant appointment. Pleasant. Whoever refers to someone as pleasant. Oh, look. P-Nev. He has replaced David Lowe, another contract I wasn't willing to renew. Good all-round coach with much better mental ability. Mark Sale, again, another replacement for one of the outgoing ones. I can never remember. Also our second coach that has played for Rushton Diamonds, for those of you that care. And then rounding off the newbies, we have Christian Poulsen, brought in for his tactical nous, really. That's about it. Massive wage. Look at that, is ridiculous. I suppose I better bring you the transfer news now. Ignore the bottom of the screen at the moment, please. Don't look at that yet. The first man on his way was Shane Duffy towards the end of last season. Barely played a game for us. Let's just prove that he barely played a game. 4. He did score though. Well done, you. He's moved on to Charlton for just over 500k. Contract running down, so that was a good amount of money to get. Then we let a lot of players go out on frees. Corey Evans, Grant Hanley. Moved to Cardiff. Lionel Cole, again without a club. Alex Kawamia, without a club. Out a club. Scott Ward, he's a youngster, no one cares. Look at that. Wow. He looks like he's got a haircut I used to have when I was, 5. And Sergio Moya rounding off the freebie list. Antonio Catan was another one who's gone on a free, but that was agreed before we finished. I may have brought you that one already. Although he's got a bruised jaw. I won't say he looks like a prick, but, he's got a face you'd want to punch. You may have thought that we had a falling out. We had our ups and downs, but Rob Hall has moved on to pastures new. Contract was, again, running out. So he's gone on a free. Back to the Championship with Forest. A really important player for us getting into the Premiership. And he performed well when played in the Premiership. Can't really complain. 13 goals in 56 appearances for a winger. It is a pretty solid return. For a free transfer, I have no complaints. All grudges have now been relinquished, and we are on. Probably. Does he? No, he's indifferent towards me. A surprise sale. Granada came in for Jose Canas. I wasn't expecting a bid, to be honest. I hadn't put him out for sale. I was quite happy with him. He His performances weren't amazing last season, but again, they weren't horrendous. But he is getting on a bit. They offered 850,000. He was in the last year of his contract. So arm was snapped off. Now here comes the big one. Not just any big one. The big Willie. Big Willie has departed. I hadn't realised he had a release clause in his contract of 22 million. When clubs like Arsenal start coming and knocking with bids of 20 million, I start shitting bricks. Damage limitation mode. Offer Big Willie out. Managed to receive 24 million, maybe up to 27 if he reaches clauses. Plus we've got the old sell-on fee. Really sad to see you go, old chap. Would have loved for you to have developed at Blackburn. Ultimately, West Ham have the high reputation. He's also earning a horrendous amount of money. £77,000 a week, Jesus Christ, on a popsicle. I don't think I've ever said that before. Following Big Willie's departure, the rebuild had to begin. Number one who we brought in was Lucas Spindelhofer. What a fantastic name. Kudos to you, Lucas. That is, well, beautiful. Signing from Newcastle. If you saw the last episode, you'd have noticed that I said they finished bottom of the Premiership. So I've just signed a defender from the team who finished bottom. And he played pretty much every game. There is logic to this signing, I'm sure, somewhere. He's a ball-playing centre-half with attributes in all the right places. There's probably a joke there about all the curves in the rather right places if you look at his graph thing. But I'm not an awful American singer who's a one-hit wonder and then tries to regurgitate the same success with multiple songs with the same bass line reversed. Oh, sorry. Really sore throat at the moment for some reason. The second centre-half we brought in, all the way from Spain and all the way from Real Madrid, Jesus Vallejo. This guy could be something really, really special. He's 21. He's already got a cap for Spain. 4-star potential, 4-star current ability. And we got him for a bargain at 6.75, considering he's now worth 13 million. I'm very, very happy with that one. You may have heard me mention previously about not signing players for lots of money. Well, I've broken my own transfer record, which was, 5.5 million for Alvaro Negredo on Football Manager 2009, with my signing of the guy I just talked about. I've forgotten his name. I'm such a great manager. But then I broke my own record by signing Zach Clough. That was an attempt at a Brian Clough impression. I'm sorry, Cloughs. I won't do it again. We all know that I can't guarantee that. I almost signed Mr. Clough a few seasons ago before he went to Derby, but he was just going to cost me too much money, and it was when we didn't have any. But finally, I've landed the man who I wanted, who got 58 goals for Bolton in 88 games, and then didn't do too badly at Derby either, with 20 goals in 36. Yes, admittedly it's in the Championship, but I think he can sort of make the step up. He's going to be great. I just know it. Please be amazing, because you'll make me look like a right mug. Sidney Sam! Yep. I needed a winger, having had Rob Hall move out. But 17 finishing! He's got better finishing than any of my forwards. I might just play him up front, because he's got pace to burn. Oh, and look at his smiley little face. What's not to love? And he's German. 17 finishing, 17 long shots. Just shoot from anywhere, my friend. We'll be friends forever. Danny Drinkwater brought in as a backup. Can play in either of the two sort of midfield positions that we're planning on playing. So he's happy to play second fiddle to everyone and collect a wage. He's not earning too much. Solid little player. So in order to have a proper replacement for Jose Canas, I brought in Bruno Zuccolini from Manchester City. Again, a cut down price because they wanted to get rid. Argentinian, despite having a name like Zuccolini, or Bruno in fact, but a really good solid player, better than Canas, and he has age on his side. Part 2 of our raid against Real Madrid is Gianluigi Donnarumma. Now, there is a reason behind this signing, and we'll move on to that once we've covered the transfers, because there has been drama. Lots of it too. Donnarumma, everyone knows how good Donnarumma can be. He's only 19. He's on loan. Haven't signed him permanently. Don't be stupid. We're not made of fucking money. But he will vie for the number 1 jersey. Continuing the Italian theme, we've signed Andrea Polli from AC Milan. Andrea Polli. Blackburn have signed Andrea Polli. That is insanity in itself. A really great all-round midfielder. He will slot in to that role where Big Willie has vacated. Yes, he's not as young, but for 6 million, that's money really well invested as far as I'm concerned. Kasper Kusk from Leicester City. Now, some of you who have seen it will remember the goal Mr. Kusk scored against me in the league last season. What a worldie it was, and I did admit I was thinking of signing him before that until I plumped for someone else. He was on the transfer list for 2.5 million. I would be daft not to. He'll probably play as a backup, but a very, very capable one. He can play anywhere in midfield. I'd be daft not to sign him for that sort of price. Our first foray into Russia makes us sign Georgie, pudding pie, kiss the girls and make them cry. No, that one needs work. We'll come back to that one. A great little player for 4.3 million, worth slightly more than that. Again, a great, really well-rounded left back. He'll replace Marcus Olsen, who we sold last season, and will obviously beat Yuri to a starting spot in the team now, I'd imagine. Signed him from Galatasaray. Now, this young fellow, well, he's not that young, to be fair, Juan Caceres, signed from Dortmund. My scouts, I defied on this one. They weren't too keen on Mr. Caceres, but I said no, I want him. He's a dribbling fiend with ridiculous flair. He could make something completely out of nothing. It's something we didn't really have, and I paid 8.5 million for the privilege, and he's also earning £60,000. I wince every time I see it or hear it. And he's on a 4-year contract, so as long as he doesn't get a long-term injury, I'll be happy, and as long as he plays well, I'll be happy. And if we don't, then we're going to sell him, and we better make our money back, because I will be fuming. Now, I'm sure you're wondering why you're looking at David Raya's player profile, and that is because drama. Mr. Raya has been getting a little bit big for his boots. He seems to forget that I was the one that gave him the opportunity in the first team and then made him my number 1. He's not particularly thankful for that. And despite being under contract for another 3 years, he was trying to engineer a move after Stoke made a little cheeky bid, which was below his value. And to be fair, he does have a release clause of 14 million, maybe slightly lower than it should be. So Stoke tried to lowball me. I thought, no, I'm not standing for that. We're a Premiership team now. So I thought, they're going to be dicks, I'm going to be a dick. And I made a counter offer of 40 million plus Jack Butland. Surprisingly, they withdrew their offer. However, the tables twisted. I don't think tables can twist, but they will for this occasion. Rest assured, they will. Even if I have to hire someone to really, or make it out of pay. Valencia came in with another bid. Mr. Raya thinks, wow, Valencia, I want to go back to Spain. Not because it's sunny, but because they can give him more money. That was the pure reason why Mr. Raya wanted to move, and we discussed as such. Let's have a look at our conversation history. I tried to talk him out of it, and safe to say he wasn't best pleased. That's best. Though to be fair, that's easy to say when you're not being underpaid like I am. He's saying he's saying I'm not underpaid. Have you seen how much you earn compared to how much I earn? Yeah, sunshine, shut up. So I said, yes, sure, we'll try and meet what you thought you might be getting. Bear in mind, they hadn't even got to contract discussions and negotiations yet, although tapping up does happen. So he claims that we're not going to be able to compete financially with Valencia, despite Valencia being in financial. Okay. So I said, fine, you can go. But then he continues to be a massive penis, like an actual, like, big porn doll. And I wasn't having it. So I tried the old pay rise thing. Just hugely penile throughout. However, Mr. Reyes' little plan did not quite work out for him, hence why he's still at the club. Valencia didn't come back a knocking. No one else in the squad gave a shit, and rightly so. They obviously thought, Raya, you're being a dick. Just stop, money grabbing whore. If you want my money, just stand on the street corner. Whore yourself out. Slag. So this was the reason why I bought in Donnarumma. Reyes now staying, so I've now got 2 more than competent goalkeepers, but just to piss him off, Ray's going to sit on the bench for the first few games unless Donnarumma really has any howlers. And when I thought it was all over, this happens. I'm wanted by Japan. Japan want me. God knows why. I mean, look, how is this international management material? I mean, I know it's Japan, but even so, although Kagawa has rejected me a number of times despite me wanting to sign him, so finally I'll get to see how evil he actually is. And the big question is, will I accept? But you'll have to wait till next time to find out, because I'm an evil bastard. Yes, I am. I'm very sorry. If you've enjoyed this episode of Return the Rovers, then please tickle that like button like you have been doing. And I don't even know why I do that. That isn't even how you tickle people. This makes literally no sense. But if I've done enough to convince you that you want to come back and watch some more, then please subscribe. And next time I will bring you the first game of the season, which is away to Arsenal at the Emirates. It's not going to be pretty, but you get to see the new signings in action, as long as they don't get all injured during pre-season, which, well, no, my luck, will probably happen. I've rambled an awful lot once again on an intro. I've just said intro and it's an outro. This goes from bad to worse. For now, it's goodbye from me. Thanks for watching. Why did you just wink at the camera? You never wink at the camera. That's just creepy. I'm so sorry, everyone. Thanks for watching.